ADQ invests in Egyptian banking, cargo and fertilizer firms. And UK inflation hits a 30-year high, plus the yen hits its lowest level against the dollar in 2 decades. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia. Abu Dhabi Wealth Fund ADQ has undertaken several transactions in publicly listed companies within key sectors of Egypt's economy. The transactions include stakes in Commercial International Bank, Fowry, the digital transformation and e-payments platform, Alexandria Container and Cargo Handling Company, Misrt Fertilizers Production Company, and Abu Qir Fertilizers and Chemical Industries. It builds on ADQ's long-term commitment to investing in the country's economic growth through its $20 billion joint strategic investment platform. ADQ says the investments reflect its continued confidence in Egypt's strong economic potential. The overall sukuk issued in the first quarter of 2022 grew by 11.6% to touch $64.5 billion. Fitch Ratings says the rise was fueled by sovereign and multilateral institutions. Meanwhile, Fitch says higher oil prices could eliminate new financing needs from GCC sovereigns, with all expected to run surpluses except for Bahrain. Still, the longer-term view of the sukuk market continues to be solid, supported by issuance from net oil importing sovereigns, upcoming debt maturities, and funding diversification strategies across sectors. Britain's annual inflation rate soared to the highest level in 3 decades last month as energy prices skyrocket. Inflation surged to 7% in March from 6.2% in February, according to official data. Analysts say it's on the back of broad-based price rises, with petrol being a major contributor. Prices of restaurant meals and hotel rooms also rose steeply last month. European Central Bank governors will meet tomorrow to discuss record high inflation and economic uncertainty caused by the Ukraine war. Meanwhile, the yen hit its lowest level against the dollar in 2 decades today, extending recent falls as the gap widens between Japan's ultra-loose monetary policy and the Federal Reserve's tightening. Despite being traditionally a safe haven currency, uncertainty fueled by the Ukraine war hasn't strengthened the yen. Instead, analysts say moves by the Fed, a more aggressive monetary policy, and the shock of rising oil prices in Japan, which is a major importer, has pushed the currency lower. Prices for wind and solar power in major global markets have climbed nearly 30% in a year as developers struggle with chaotic supply chains and surging costs for everything from shipping to parts to labor. A quarterly index by Level 10 Energy reveals prices for renewables jumped 28.5% in North America and 27.5% in Europe in the last year. Economic, logistical, and labor market disruptions during the pandemic have worsened since the Ukraine war, reversing a decade of cost declines for the renewable energy sector. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest winner today is Bernard Arnault and family, up $4.8 billion with net wealth of $168.4 billion. Our second biggest winner today is Elon Musk, up $2.4 billion with net wealth of $265.1 billion. And our third place winner is Mahua Tang, up $1.8 billion with net wealth of $39.6 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. And speaking of Musk, a Twitter shareholder has filed a lawsuit against the Tesla CEO, alleging he manipulated Twitter's share price. Musk delayed the announcement that he acquired over 5% ownership in the company, breaking SEC rules in the process. The suit alleges that the delay allowed Musk to buy more shares at a lower price, raising his shareholding to 9.1% and cheating shareholders who sold in the interim. Twitter's share price rose by about 27% after Musk revealed his stake in the company. Crypto payment startup MoonPay has raised $87 million from more than 60 high-profile investors, including Justin Bieber, Snoop Dogg, Maria Sharapova, and Bruce Willis, as the role of NFTs in content creation and fan engagement expands. The investments are part of the firm's Series A round disclosed last November, which valued the company at $3.4 billion. More than 600 crypto startups have seen over $12.5 billion in VC funding so far this year. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.